Okay, so this video I'm going to show you how to put a KSG Tapp drum, how to install it. This is a one-time installation, so you install it and then do not remove it. It's staying in the gun. It's part of the gun now. First thing that you want to do is modify a Angel Custom drum magazine. We did it by just creating a little hole here so we can fill BBs, because these parts are going to be hidden. You won't be able to access those parts anymore. You want to take apart the rear part of your KSG. To do that, you just simply remove the two pins. It starts like this. And you're just removing the two pins, and then the back piece comes up, and then there's a little latch here. This piece gets removed, so now you're clear. Then what you want to do is, normally there's a little dummy piece right here. There's a little dummy latch, dummy's fire selector, that lets you select which tube. It doesn't do anything because only one side of the KSG actually works. So you just remove that. It uses a little Allen key to remove that. You don't want that. What you're going to do is take your Angel Custom drum mag adapter and put it into the gun. Put it in at an angle like this and sort of work it in. Then twist it, and then as you go in, you just have to keep twisting it until it falls in place like this. Don't push it in for it to lock. You don't want it to lock yet, because these two locking mechanisms, you'll have to use like an Allen key like this to pull both locking mechanisms up. We don't want to do that yet. So you push this in up to the locking mechanisms, lift up the locking mechanisms with your fingers, and then let them rest on the tubes. But don't push it all the way in. That's the important part. Then get your firing mechanism and reinstall your firing mechanism. So I'm gonna be pushing it on the latch here, and I'm gonna push this just a little bit farther forward so that I can push the mechanism down. Pushing the mechanism down into place. Then I'm gonna take my two keys, or my two nuts, push these back in, two bolts. And then I'm gonna pull this back out just a little bit, like that. Then I'm gonna take my drum magazine, put your drum magazine upside down like this. And this part's a little tedious, but you're gonna have to take your Allen key and your screw and at an angle here, keep screwing in the screw. We did have other methods that we were prototyping, but this way kept the drum magazine at the lowest profile possible. We didn't want the drum magazine to sit too low. And this creates the least amount of distance for BBs to travel, so that you can use heavier BBs. Because the longer the distance to travel, the more BBs the drum has to push. Okay, I'm almost done here. All right, so I've screwed that Allen key in there. Then I'm going to take my cap. I'm going to put my cap on. I'm going to take the screw that holds the cap in place. Now that this front side is done, I can push it down and into place, and you heard it click, so locked in place. And then the screw for the rear is the same process. You're just going to screw it in here. Once that's screwed in, your KSG is done. You can now open up this piece here where we put a hole, and you can fill it up with BBs. You can put the hole anywhere you want. You could put it in the back here and then use patch to patch it up. Sometimes people just use a piece of tape, so you can drill a hole right here and then just put a piece of tape over. Depends on what you want to do. But that's what the finished product is going to look like. We have it sitting very flush with the drum. That's how you install a KSG Tapp drum.